Hello, Winnipeg Jets fans. Welcome to Halloween Eve, the Halloween game that we are getting you set for today. I'm Sara Lesky. He is Jamie Thomas. And welcome to another edition of Check-In.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Not one word about the World Series. We will not talk about that in the show. We're not going to talk about it. Jonathan Toews is being reunited. Yeah. Chicago Blackhawks. That's the focus here today.
Okay. Well, the Jets come in to a 2-game homestand after an overtime win in Minnesota. They've got Chicago tonight. Pittsburgh, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, who have turned back the clocks.
My goodness.
Oh, has it been fun to watch with them so far? So they are off to a great start. They are here Saturday afternoon. None of those games, though, will have the fanfare.
Track star, I like that.
Yeah. No, I think let's not even talk. Let's not address the game yet. Let's just address that this is the Halloween game. I am going as a Winnipeg Jets fan.
There's a lot of thought into that one. Hey, yeah. Sarah, do you want to wear a Mondana sweatshirt?
Sure. I would love to.
I would love
to. Cold in here. What are you?
Prisoner. Prisoner jumpsuit. I don't even want to talk about which this costs. So the funny thing is,
yeah.
My wife's like, I get a costume for work on Friday. And I'm like, okay, I'll pick you up one. I get this costume. She's like, I'm not wearing that.
Right.
So now that I put it on, I can see why she doesn't want to wear it. Because I look ridiculous. Spectre. See, this was just brought up moments ago. Despicable Me. Thanks, Caden. That's well done. Vector, great character from Despicable Me.
I also he's like an orange pylon.
Okay. It's not very nice. Anyways, I'm supposed to be a prisoner.
Yeah.
What prisoner of what? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know what it is. So thank you very much for. That's a nice compliment. It is.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's three, isn't there? Isn't there
going as a Winnipeg Jets fan?
Yeah. You are the best Winnipeg Jets fan dressed up as a Winnipeg Jets fan.
Thank you. Prisoner.
You pulled it off. Thank you. Can you even talk to me? You probably shouldn't talk to the prisoner. I should probably go teach it.
He feels like he's in prison right now for a multitude of reasons. And you should see those that have asked about the baseball talk. Yeah. Not only was it on the media group chat last night, but this morning, everyone was very much looking forward to running into Jamie here at the rink.
More than usual.
That's right. Yeah. To be able to point out again that the LA Dodgers came up short and are now on the brink.
Thank you, Karen. That's well done.
Of devastation.
2 World Series last 4 years. There's no prisoner going on here.
That's all right. Let's turn our attention. Actually, we love seeing so many of you in the chat already. But also, if you don't have the opportunity to catch us live, you can catch the replays on YouTube, on the Winnipeg Jets YouTube channel. But we are also available in podcast form on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple. So you could listen on your way home.
If you don't want to see the suit.
That's right.
Hoodie or what we look like.
Then you can just listen to it. You can imagine. And you know what? Your imagination is...
Especially during Halloween.
That's right.
Should be just fine.
That's right. Looking forward to today. We've mentioned, obviously, that this is the Jonathan Toews game in one sense.
Yeah.
As he faces his former team, the Chicago Blackhawks, for the first time. Looking forward to having Mark Lazerus from The Athletic join us. He just wrote a great column. He covered Jonathan for his entire tenure in Chicago, and looking forward to being able to talk to him. He had a great article that came out yesterday on him. He's here actually in Winnipeg as well, but this is another box to check in, one of many that he will have this season in his return.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, there's not many people left on the Chicago Blackhawks, obviously, from his time there. Of course, the equipment staff, many other behind the scenes personnel are there as well. I think there's only 2 or 3 remaining members of the Blackhawks when Jonathan Toews was there. But obviously, this will not be as emotional as when he goes back to Chicago. Yes. But still something will stir up inside of him. And he talked about that, and we'll have that momentarily. But it's a special night. The Jets, in another aspect, though, got to get going here on home ice.
They do. They're 3-3. And you think about last year, they had such a great home record. And that was one of the keys to their success. They didn't suffer their 3rd loss on home ice until it was early in December. So they've been average up to this point, still trying to find that chemistry. And I know that we've spoken about it a lot, but it can't be overstated, just the impact of bringing so many new faces in, but having key players out of the lineup. No Adam Lowry, no Cole Perfetti, no Dylan Sandberg, but hey, help is on the horizon. Great news when you look at morning skate today. We've seen Adam Lowry out there taking part before. And today, if we want to roll it. On their own.
Oh, that's fine. Put them back in the lineup. You can scoop the puck. It's good. One more time, it's not quick and tight. Also, it's good. I was a doctor.
Did you?
Yeah. But this is like.
Good thing you didn't go as a doctor.
If they ask me, they'll but this is me. This is a great sign. Like you have all this. You already have Adam Lowry out of the no contact yellow and normal colors. Scott Arniel saying the other day, sometime next week maybe. Yeah. But it's getting closer. Also, quick to point out, Sandberg and Perfetti, they're still in non-contact. There's still a ways to go. So there was cautious optimism about those two players.
Yeah. So Scott Arniel saying that really close for Adam. The big thing for him is getting some banging and crashing in practice. And this is the first time that Perfetti and Sandberg have been out with them. So they still have to try to get themselves up to speed with them. So still a little bit ways, but what a positive sign. And then there's going to be some interesting decisions that have to be made when those three are ready to re-enter the lineup.
Yeah. Yep. What were we going to say?
I was just going to say that maybe if we take a look at what the projected lines are for today, they look very similar to what we saw in Minnesota. The changes that he made were effective. He liked some of them. He liked Morgan Barron on that third line with Nino Niederreiter and Gus Nyquist.
They scored the tying goal, so they look good. So the whole thing that Arnie was saying the other night after the game in Minnesota was that he's just trying to get something else besides the Scheifele line going here. And there were positive signs from the bottom three lines for the Jets against Minnesota. So keep it together, see if you can generate some more offense outside the Scheifele line. That's really what the key is. And, you're still a ways away from adding Cole Perfetti to the lineup, still a ways away from adding Dylan Sandberg. But let's just say Logan Stanley's filled in admirably without Sandberg there and with Neil Pionk. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as you once said.
Yeah.
And that's certainly the case as they head in this game against Chicago.
Well, and I think that this opportunity right now gives Scott Arniel and the coaching staff the chance to be able to look at players in different positions. I mean, when Adam Lowry comes back into the lineup, Morgan Barron has done such a great job in the middle.
Right.
So do you keep Vladislav Nemesnikov on the wing?
Right.
And so is this an opportunity for him to get some more familiarity being back on the wing? Is that something that they are going to look to do? So I think it's interesting. I like seeing what we saw, good first steps in Minnesota. Can they build on it again? Can this second period that has been their Achilles heel so far, can they hopefully solve it tonight against Chicago?
And it's such a weird thing when you talk about a period. Like, you're trying to have that 60-minute perfect game. Not going to happen because we've heard the saying, other team gets paid too, but it's just so bizarre how the second period is just so blatantly obvious. And they jump out to a 2-0 lead against Minnesota the other night on the road. Great start to that game. And then the second period, you're like, oh my gosh, 2-1, 2-2. And then Minnesota took the game over in that middle period. And you're like, oh my God, like, is this in their head or something like that? So consistency is such a thing they're searching for. And the bizarre thing is we're talking about this team like they're not a playoff team. They are. They're 7-3.
Well, they're 7-3.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But look, they go up tonight against a Blackhawks team that looks like they are taking that step forward that people have been waiting for. They are 5-1-1 in their last 7. They're just 2 points behind the Jets. And actually, when you look at a lot of the numbers between the two teams, they are very similar. I mean, neck and neck in terms of goals for, goals against. And this is a young Blackhawks team that seems to be gelling. And under Jeff Blashill, who's come in as in his first year as head coach with this team, changed some of their defensive structure and their systems, and it seems to be paying early dividends.
I think you could probably say one of Chicago's issues was keeping the puck out of their net. That has not been an issue so far this year. And do we bring him in?
Let's do it.
Okay. Mark Lazerus from The Athletic. Good afternoon, Mark. Good to see you. Love all the work that you put together with Jonathan Toews leading up. Obviously, a long time covering him. How weird is it for you to see Jonathan Toews in a different jersey because of how long you covered him in Chicago?
I walked into the Jets locker room this morning, and I saw him. I go, dude, you look weird. And he goes, I'll take that as a compliment. So yeah, it's funny though. Like I feel like in Chicago, we're getting a little numb to this, right? Like Hawks fans have now seen Patrick Kane in a Rangers sweater and then a Red Wings sweater. They've seen Duncan Keith in an Oilers sweater. I think that this doesn't seem to land quite as hard just because this isn't the first time. But man, it is really weird to see him with a bright baby blue Jets shirt on in the locker room. It's strange.
You did a great article that just came out on The Athletic, and we were talking about a bit about his transition into Winnipeg. And for you, though, I'm wondering what it was like all those years covering him. We often hear, we hear all the monikers of Captain Serious and the different things about his personality, which we've all found to be very true. I mean, he is very hard on himself. He is serious. He is trying to, I think, take a little bit of a different perspective, though, with everything that's happened in his life and his age now. What was it like, though, covering Jonathan? Because you have more insight on that than anyone.
Yeah, he was a very easy guy to cover. He was always accountable. He would always, be at his locker. Every time the team had a bad loss, he'd be the one that when you'd walk into the room, he'd be the one standing at his locker to answer for it, whether it was his fault or not. He took his role in that very seriously. But my first season was the 2013 season, the lockout year, the second of their cups, and they won in 13 and 15. And over the years, I saw him go from kind of Captain Serious, which he very much was, to a much goofier kind of guy. Like it's a more lighthearted guy. Like I think he mellowed with age. Yeah. He came to just appreciate everything that he'd accomplished and more. Still took his work home with him. Don't get me wrong. He still, would sit there on the bench scowling, and he'd still be mad after a loss and all that. But he really seemed to loosen up a little bit as he got older. And then since, he missed 3 full seasons of his early 30s, kind of his prime years almost, because of his health issues. He's just a different guy now. I think he's very introspective. I think he's had a lot of time to sit and think about everything he lost and everything he's trying to regain. And he's got this really healthy outlook on life now where he's trying to stop and smell the roses. It goes against everything he believes in as an athlete. Everything that got him to where he is because he didn't stop and smell the roses. But now he's like, I could have if I don't score, I don't sit there and think, oh my God, I should have scored. You think, I got to play tonight. I did this well. He's really kind of, rewired his brain a little bit now that he's 37, 38 years old.
Mark, there's a lot about what we do for a living, and that is a lot of fun. But was it not fun putting together the top 15 moments for Jonathan Toews as a Chicago Blackhawk? That must have been challenging.
That was a piece of cake, man. That was really, I think I got 14 of those off the top of my head.
Right.
And then I went through his game log. I'm sure he had like a big hat trick at some point. There was that hat trick against Vancouver in the playoffs in like 2009 or something, long before I was covering the team. It is, his career. I've been with it so much, every step of the way since 2013 that a lot of these moments, like to me, stand out. They're so easy to recall that was not a difficult task.
So moving on from Jonathan for a moment, can you explain to us what is happening with this Blackhawks team that has allowed them to get off to the great start that they have?
Number one is Spencer Knight. I mean, it's funny. I just ran over here from the rink, and Jeff Blashill just had his post morning skate scrum, and he kept getting asked questions from Winnipeg about, how he's getting the team to buy in defensively and how well they're playing defensively. And the fact is, they're not playing that well defensively. Their underlying metrics are still pretty bad. They're getting totally dominated in terms of possession, but Spencer Knight's been phenomenal. And Arvid Soderblom's been really good, too, in the couple of games he's gotten. Knight leads the league in goals saved above expected, and by a wide margin. He's been spectacular. Now, the team is better defensively. There's no question about it. They're getting a lot more buy-in. You see Connor Bedard broke up a Tim Stützle shore goal the other night against Ottawa. Like, they are buying in, and they're engaged defensively, but they're still working out the kinks. It's a new system. It's a lot of young guys. They're still working on Blashill's system, which is like, he wants to overload in each quadrant. All 5 guys in one corner in the defensive zone, and they're leaving guys open in front of the net. They're still making mistakes. They're a young team, and they're going to continue to make mistakes. But the beauty of what Spencer Knight's been able to do is he's letting them make those mistakes and still win. And that makes learning the next day a lot easier, right? You're not stewing on a loss. You're not in a bad mood. You're like, oh yeah, we did do that wrong, and we could do better than. Imagine if we're doing better, how good we can be. So it's been kind of a nice, perfect storm with Spencer Knight just being really good at the right time.
We've never experienced that here in Winnipeg.
No,
not at all. Not at all.
There's never been a goaltender where you can lean on night over night to make big saves when you needed it.
You wouldn't know a thing about it.
No. So you come in during the Hawks prime years. So talk about covering a team that is at the peak, one of the best teams in the league, and then you go down, and then you're starting to see a little bit of hope. So what's that been like to cover that?
Yeah, it's funny. I talked to Mike Russo about this in Minnesota a lot. Like, I have never covered a meaningful regular season game. This is my 14th Blackhawks season, and the Hawks were always so good it didn't matter, or so bad it didn't matter, right? So it's like I've never covered a game in like early April where it's like they gotta win this game to make for playoff positioning, right? And Russo every year is like in these like life or death battles in Minnesota. So it's strange. Like they fell off the cliff real hard, right? Like they were on top of the world. And that was the cap was much more punitive back then than it is right now. Like, you know, the Jets going out and being able to just throw all that money at Kyle Connor, that's not a thing the Blackhawks were able to do year after year. So they'd lose Patrick Sharp, or they'd lose Andrew Shaw, or they'd lose Dave Bolin. Every summer, they'd lose a really key piece of the puzzle because of the salary cap. And they traded so many first-round picks for deadline rentals year after year because they were going for it, that when the end came, it came hard and it came fast and it was ugly. So this is the first time in like 5 or 6 years where the Hawks are like, they're competitive and they're fun to watch. Like they've not been playing an entertaining brand of hockey. They've been basically trying to lose for a couple of years, and now they're finally coming out of that kind of tailspin and starting to build it. You're starting to see it. And, you know, got Anton Frondel is coming next year, and Roman Kanserov is leading the KHL in scoring. And, you know, Nick Lardis had 71 goals in the OHL last year, and he's leading the AHL in scoring right now. There's more guys coming. So it's a really exciting time for a Hawks fan, because you've been waiting for this for a long time. I know nobody feels bad for Blackhawks fans who got to see 3 cups in their lifetime, but it's been a really bleak few years here. So it's nice to see them, you know, showing some promise.
And what's the step that you've seen with Connor Bedard this season as well? Because you know, that comes in obviously with all of the fanfare, and then sophomore season doesn't go the way. And I mean, reflection obviously of the entire team around him as well. But you look at the start that he has had. I mean, he's coming in off of that hat trick, and that second goal was end to end. I mean, it was phenomenal. But I think that so much of the attention last year kind of shifted away from him and went more to Macklin Celebrini, and there was more talk about him than maybe Bedard. But now you see with the start that Bedard's back in the conversation as one of those must-watch young players.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Connor Bedard's been really good the last 2 years. He had like 130 points in like 150 games on a really bad team with, you know, third line mates, kind of all by himself out there on an island. Did he struggle? Sure. Did he meet his own ridiculous expectations? Probably not. He probably thought he was going to come in to be a 40-goal guy right away, but that doesn't happen very often. Nathan McKinnon didn't become Nathan McKinnon until his 5th season. Jack Hughes didn't become Jack Hughes until his 4th season. So, you know, he's 20 years old. He just turned 20 in July. He's still one of the youngest guys in the league, even last year. So, Macklin Celebrini might be wrecking the curve a little bit, but Bedard's doing just fine. And we are seeing this year. He looks more, I think he's learning like little things that, you know, stuff that worked in the OHL that didn't work in the NHL. Now he knows how to adjust. The way he, on that third goal against Ottawa, the way he just held it a second longer, just dragged it a little bit just to create a little bit more traffic in front of him. Then he hits a ridiculous shot that we know he can make. He's just learning. He's 20 years old. He's still learning. He's faster than he's ever been. And the stats prove that. That's what he spent his summer doing, is working on his skating. It's what Ryan Donato did the year before, and we're seeing the dividends. And he's more engaged defensively. His numbers are still not great, but you could see him putting in the effort. He's harder on the puck. He's harder on the body. He's working along the corners and in the walls. That's not stuff we saw from him a lot the last couple of years. He's becoming a more well-rounded player, and the points are coming. So it's, you know, we have not seen Connor Bedard in full yet, but we're getting close.
Before we let you go, it's Halloween Eve, so we would be crazy not to ask you this question. Your top 3 Halloween candies.
Oh,
wow. All right. This is the
chocolate bar candy. It can be either one. It's all in one category.
All right. Well, I mean, for me personally, and people will yell, I like Three Musketeers. That's my favorite.
Okay,
so like,
I can get on board with that.
I can go with you on that one.
When I was a kid, my brother I would take all his Three Musketeers and I would give him all my Milky Ways because I'm not a big caramel guy.
That's a good trade.
But the king is still probably Reese's, and either peanut M&Ms or Twix. Like I'm a simple guy. I don't need to get fancy here. I don't want fruit flavored stuff. I don't want candy. I want chocolate. Just give me the chocolate. And if there's peanut butter involved, all the better.
How do you feel about candy corn?
I've never even tried it. It just looks like something I don't want.
Well, 100%. Me too. Because I feel that people I don't understand how it's still produced, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's like ironic now. Like people eat candy corn ironically.
Yeah, it's because Elf brought it up. Will Ferrell brought it up in Elf. The 4 food groups: candy corn, candy canes, and syrup. So there you go. That's why it's still around.
Must be it.
You can tell which movies he watches often.
Yeah, a lot.
is. Mark, we will let you go so that you can enjoy your afternoon a little bit before you come back to the rink. But great to have you in town, and thanks so much for making some time to join us today.
Anytime. Good to see you both.
Okay.
It's Mark Lazerus.
Yeah.
Good answers.
Of course.
Yeah.
For it, but
you can also tell us while we're talking here.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to go in the chat and tell us your top 3 candies. It can be chocolate bars or candy.
Okay.
So
I like that.
I like James Coffee Crisp. Yes.
Oh, Henry Kit Kat. Yes.
So
Butterfinger.
Mine's Reese's peanut butter cups, the small ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Henry.
Yeah.
And Kit Kat.
Okay.
You?
Oh, Henry.
Like number 1?
Probably.
Okay.
Peanut M&Ms.
Okay, I like that one actually too.
And the little packs of the sour peaches, the fuzzy peaches, fuzzy peaches.
Also a good choice.
Because then it's fine because it's just a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
Natalie, chocolate, anything, Reese's,
great
Coffee
choices.
Crisp, Oh, Henry, Kit Kat.
Oh, Henry too. I feel as if Oh, Henry in 2025 does not get the respect that it deserves.
Needs more.
It seems like it was more of, I don't know, an 80s and 90s thing, but
even the peanut butter,
delicious.
like the peanut butter, Oh, Henry, in the orange wrapper. Woo. That's some good stuff.
No,
I would shove over my kids for that.
I mean, wasn't gonna.
It's not hard, but I'd shove them out of the way.
So it's, I do like seeing, even though that maybe Spencer Knight's covering up some of the errors or some of the.
It reminds me of the Rangers game last year. Remember, because we were talking about, the Rangers are defending well, but it was all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their goaltender's name escapes me right now. It'll come to me in a bit.
But to be able to see, I love to see an original 16, but any of the marks, even though they have experienced a lot of success, to go from those highs to the lows that they had experienced lately. I mean, it's just better for the league, and I always like it to be, because it's a great atmosphere. When that building is going, the United Center is one of the best.
Before they were right on when they were just starting, they were still like this.
Yep.
06, 07, it was going to Chicago was not fun. The
No.
Anthem was fun.
Yes, Anthem is great. This kicks off a 6-game road trip for the Blackhawks. They have not won here at Canada Life Center since 2022, and I was looking up. So they're 0-5-1 in their last 6 trips. It was February 14th, 2022, the last time that they won. So Connor Murphy, Sam Lafferty, and Arvid Soderblom are the only 3 that remain on the roster from
the last time they won
here, which also, I mean, it tells you obviously that it's been a significant amount of time since they've won here, but more so just the changeover that we have seen on that roster in Chicago is something else. And you see the consistency that we have seen in this market.
Yeah.
So many, and yes, players have come and gone, but they haven't been wholesale changes. Obviously, the core has really stuck together, and it's just different notes.
We have not heard from the man of the hour.
Oh, okay.
Should we go with him?
Sure.
I mean, he was asked about facing his former teammates.
Yes. Oh,
you know what I mean?
We totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you didn't even know where I was going with that.
I didn't, and I thought, why is Nino Niederreiter the man of the hour? But you're right. So the man of the hour would be Jonathan Toews. He was the focus. It was a busy dressing room today with lots of media going in to speak to him about the first time facing his former team.
Still got a couple good friends on the team, and the training staff and a lot of those guys are still there. But yeah, overall, I think there's still that connection to the organization and the city of Chicago, and I think there always will be. I think Chicago was my home for a long time, and it's days like this that you get to kind of stop for a second and reflect, look back, and I always said there was a lot of years in Chicago that felt like Groundhog's Day, because it's like the same group of guys and same coaching staff and a lot of the same continuity, and so you kind of start to think that things are never going to change, or at least you just assume that that's the way things are with every organization, and but then things change really fast, and here we are. So I've always said too, I'm very thankful for how things went in Chicago. It was definitely a dream, and we had some tougher years at the end of my time there that helped you kind of put things in perspective and make you realize that the success we had is what everyone in the league is going after, and it's a really, really hard thing to do. And I think maybe when it happens early in your career, it's not that you take it for granted, but like I said, you just kind of assume this is normal on some level. But we'll always have a special connection to the people there and the city of Chicago, and So yeah, I'll be excited for this one tonight.
Every day he's gotten better. We just went through a stretch of, we had the 3 and 4 nights, we had the 5 games in 8 days, and that was a big test. And I thought he came through it. His energy level was kind of, doing what he needs to do each and every game and each and every shift. So that was a tough test for him, and sort of his early first test of playing a lot of games in a very short period of time, and I thought he did a good job.
That was over the first 10 games for the Winnipeg Jets, who are 7-3 heading to tonight's game against Chicago. Nino Niederreiter is not the man of the hour, but he was your guest today.
Well, and as Kenny's water bottle says, can't blame Sara for appearing a bit confused. Nino Niederreiter is often the man of the hour.
Okay. Thank you for backing her up, Kenny.
Did have a
water
goal
bottle
against Minnesota.
Yeah, big one. Tying goal. That's why you talk to him. We only talk to goal scorers here. Here he is.
All right. Well, Nino, you come home for 2 games now, 7-3 through the first 10 games. I know that you guys have spoken, though, after the games about how you still feel there's a lot more to give in terms of that full 60-minute game that we have to talk about. What would you like to see from the group tonight?
I mean, you just nailed it. We got to play 60-minute hockey, especially against a team like Chicago. They're a young team. Obviously, they're very hungry to find their success, and it's definitely a game we have to be very prepared for.
You had new lines last game. You were with Morgan Barron as your centerman, a position that he's new to playing at NHL level consistently this season. What is it for you to be able to try to find chemistry with the centerman early on? What are some of the keys?
I think the biggest thing is just kind of talk on the ice and on the bench. I think we have been doing a pretty good job overall. I mean, there is a lot of line shuffling lately and finding some chemistry, but I mean, we know everybody has to play the same system, so it's like that part is kind of the easy part, but now it's just kind of trying to find connection for ozone.
When you watch him play center, what is it that strikes you about him as a centerman?
I mean, he's obviously extremely powerful. He's extremely fast for how big he is, and he's extremely strong, so it's definitely a player which is fun to watch.
It was Halloween. It's the Halloween game here in Winnipeg. Is Halloween big growing up for you?
It wasn't very big in Switzerland, but obviously when I came over here, I realized it's bigger and bigger here, and always with the trick and treat and getting all dressed up and the Halloween parties and all that stuff. But I do gotta say, it's now more and more popular that they do it in Switzerland as well.
Okay, so we often hear about team Halloween parties. Is there a costume that you have had over the years that you particularly enjoyed or that stands out? What was your best one?
I try to be very versatile each and every year.
Okay.
So last year actually was Wilma.
Okay.
From Flintstone. So went in character a little differently, but it was fun.
Okay. Thanks so much for the time. Appreciate
it.
Thank
you.
So they haven't had
the party yet?
They haven't had their party yet. So he would not say what this year's costume was, but I do always look forward to.
What was he last year?
Wilma. From the Flintstones.
That's right, he did say that. So they had, what about the, oh my gosh.
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo costumes, all that. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
Was that Sandberg?
No, they were dodgeball.
Oh, right.
Those ones.
I love how, thank you, Katie's water bottle. It is hard being intellectual. How about Dylan Sandberg popping up in the back there?
Okay, so here's something to keep an eye out for.
That's what I love about when you do the interviews, because you don't, like me,
Sandberg's
I don't watch them
afterwards. No.
But
So also, something to take note of is that anytime I do those, you will always see Wade Flaherty
rolling around.
So we joke before I even started. I said, I don't know why you don't just do one of these with me, because you are always in it. And so there are times where if I'm doing the interview, you will watch and you will see him go this way. And then he goes this way. And he makes 3 or 4 appearances in it. It's so.
You know what I just realized? I only have me in the show today.
I was, a number of people pointed that out already, but I wasn't going to. No, it's fine. It's at the end of the show. Don't bother doing it now.
Well,
Where's Sarah's name? As usual, Jamie hogging all the attention.
Wow.
You know what? It's the cross that I bear.
Here we go.
But that's fine. Wow. That's what you get.
Guess you're born and bred here in Winnipeg. That's what happens.
Sort of.
Put that in
for those that are listening to the
don't touch
podcast,
the font. No,
when put our name keys up, so he left mine off and then he just put it in. Jamie Thomas and Sarah Orlesky, sort of.
Right. You're sort of here.
All right. Let's put up the projected lines again. Enough with our names.
I'm quite happy with this, actually.
We are expecting to see the same lines as what we saw last game in Minnesota. The Jets were able to come out of Minnesota with the 2 points thanks to the overtime wins. Still some of the same.
How about Kyle Connor's shot? Like, we didn't even get a chance to do, like, there's way too much going on here today.
But there's certainly some of the things that we saw last game. Certainly some things to like, certainly some things to clean up on, some of the themes that we have seen through the first 10 games continuing to carry over. But they've got 2 home games now before they head out on a very lengthy road trip. So you want to make sure that you get your fill of the Winnipeg Jets in person if you are in the Winnipeg or surrounding area. With tonight's game, which is the Halloween game, you might want to come as a prisoner, but wear whatever. You know there's going to be some great costumes because there always are. The fans have really been engaged with some of them. 90s night, we saw a bunch of people in 90s costumes. So again, I just can't even describe this material to you guys. It's so awful. And then on Saturday, it is an afternoon game. It is a 2 p.m. game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And as we mentioned, the Penguins off to a great start. You never want to miss the opportunity to see the Jets try to shut down Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. What are you laughing at?
Because Jamie filing a protest. Why is there a Blue Jays cap in that Jonathan Toews shot? That's right. Christian from CJOB, who's dead to me now.
All right.
Okay. Enough out of me.
Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you all hopefully on Saturday. Hopefully,
we decided 10:30. Is that what we decided at the time of that show?
I don't know if we decided. We probably should have done that.
You guys just text us and tell us what time you want us to come on Saturday.
All right, we will tweet it out. We will let you know what time Saturday shows. Let's go with 10:30. Sure.
Yeah, 10:30 is good.
10:30.
Okay.
Done.
See you 10:30 on Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the game tonight. Maybe you'll see some good costumes in the crowd. Likely.
For it?
It will not be her.
I'm a Jets fan. For it. That's what we didn't. Last thing.
Oh, quick. Yes.
Totally forgot. This is, look at this. You dressed as a prisoner and it goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Tonight's feature of the game, brand new styles from the Winnipeg Jets Mondetta collection. Choose from a variety of new crew fleece and hoods available at Jets Gear booths located throughout the concourse. If you are coming to the game, always available at Jets Gear stores. So that is what this is as well. So lots of great choices with them, and
Christmas is coming.
That's right. Or you could dress up for Halloween as a Jets fan.
Right.
All right.
Just
Let's go now. This has gone off the rails.
We're having way too much fun here. Enjoy your day.
Have a great day. Thanks so much for checking in. Enjoy tonight's game.